How do you effectively set New Year's resolutions? Dr. Mary and I am stopping by today with my top 3 tips. So Claire sent me an email, and after watching my video last week about my morning power hour, she decided she was going to get some planners and make some goals and really make some changes in the new year, and suddenly found herself becoming just overwhelmed with all of the stuff she wanted to change in her life. So she emailed me and said, "How do you do it?" I'm so glad that you asked me that question, because one of the most frequent problems I see people making, which is tip number 1, is you try to do too much too soon. So slow down, Claire, back up the bus. So how do I do this? So when I set my New Year's resolutions or my goals, I don't like the word resolutions, the goals for the year, I set them for the entire year. So 1 year from now, this is what I really want. I also set only a few goals. I don't set 20. I don't set 50. I really think about, what do I want my life to be like a year from now? What's going to help me get there? What's really, truly important to me? And I focus on a handful of areas and make goals for those areas 1 year out, okay? I don't do it all in January. So then I back up the bus. Okay, if that's my goal for a year out, what's my goal for 6 months? What's my goal for 3 months? Then I pick one area and set some goals for 1 month. So tip number 1, don't bite off too much too soon. I see people doing that all the time. They decide, I'm going to lose 30 pounds and I'm going to do it all in January. And by week 2, they haven't lost a pound. They get discouraged, they give up, and there go the New Year's goals, right? So don't bite off too much too soon. You're going to set yourself up for failure. Psychologically speaking, it's very disheartening when we put too much on our plate. We set aspirations that are just too demanding for us. And then we're not compassionate with ourselves, and we just beat ourselves up because we didn't achieve our goals. So when you're setting your goals for the year, keep in mind that you have the whole year to achieve them. They don't have to all be done tomorrow. So don't do too much too soon. So narrow it down to 5, maybe 10 big goals for the year, and then start backing it up, which is my second tip. Chunk it down and really get a plan going for, this is what I want 1 year. This is where I need to be in 6 months. This is where I need to be in 3 months. This is what I want to do this month. And then at the beginning of each week, if I know my monthly goals, I can set some mini goals for each week to get to that monthly goal. So tip number 3, frequently review those goals, and just not to beat yourself up, but just evaluate. I do this, as I mentioned in last week's video. This is part of my whole Leonie Dawson daily diary planning kind of thing. I do a weekly check-in and a weekly review, and then I make daily goals based on where I want to be that week. I set weekly goals. So at the end of each day, at the end of each week, I'm kind of constantly going back and checking, how am I doing? What worked? Well, that didn't work. I probably should try something different next week. And I'm not blaming myself for failing or beating myself up because I didn't achieve a goal. It's more of a, okay, I tried that, it didn't work, or I set that goal, but apparently it was just really too ambitious given how busy I am. So let's cut it back. So I use it more of like a researcher, scientist, explorer kind of attitude when goal setting. So it's a constant, where am I? Where do I want to be? And then frequent check-ins. How am I going to get there? And how am I doing along the way? And this is where I see a lot of people stumble, because they set these big goals too much too soon. They get frustrated, they start beating themselves up, and then they just give up. So I hope that helped, Claire. Don't get overwhelmed. And when I do my goal setting process, I actually oftentimes I spread that out over several days rather than sitting down, because I really want myself to have enough time to figure out what is my primary focus, what's really important for me, and how am I going to get there, so that I don't try to do too much too soon out of the gate and get discouraged and beat myself up about it. So don't make too many goals, so don't bite off more than you can chew. Chunk it down, 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, and then each week, 2 or 3 things you can do to get one step closer to that goal. And then the frequent check-ins. So at least once a week, for me, that works best. I like Sunday afternoons. I check in with the week that I just had, plan for the week ahead. It only takes like 15, 20 minutes, sometimes 30 if it's the end of the month that I'm doing my goal setting for the next month. But I promise you, it will work. So I'm guessing from your email, you're just biting off more than you can chew, and it's really feeling overwhelming. So where do you want to be a year from now? 6 months, 3 months, start working your way backwards, realizing that you don't have to accomplish all of your 1-year goals tomorrow. You got the whole year, 365 days. Use them. I hope that helps you. Much love. Keep the questions coming in. Dr. Mary at drmarypritchard.com. And I'll see you soon.